Hi all, it's Karen Bentley with the Recovery Superpower channel, where we revolutionize, redefine, and rejuvenate the recovery process, and we do it together. That's what makes it so exciting, so innovative, so edgy, and so fun. Today we're going to be talking about the most important skill you can give yourself, and that is the essential life skill called, ta-da, stopping. Stopping is a skill, and like every other skill on planet Earth, stopping can be observed. Stopping can be copied. Stopping can be practiced. And stopping can be learned. And once it is, it's yours, baby. You've got it. And in fact, I am the author of this book, The Power to Stop. It teaches the essential life skill called stopping. It's a 30-day program for ending any unwanted behavior or dependency, or alternatively, it's 30 great ideas for stopping yourself. You can get it in any bookstore or at Amazon, and I will put the link to Amazon below in the description. Check it out if it's calling your name. So today, we're going to be talking about the idea that there must be a better way than going through life feeling bad about yourself because you have this unwanted behavior or a dependency. And that better way is learning how to stop yourself. And the exciting thing is that once you acquire this essential life skill, you stop feeling bad about yourself, and you don't have to do therapy. You don't have to do anything special. It's automatic. You automatically feel good about yourself because the bad feeling that you have, that comes from this literal wasting away of the life force is literally draining out of you in dribs and drabs, and that makes you feel bad. It's not a judgment. It's not a moral thing. It's not a psychological thing. It's a life force thing. And when you plug that hole, when you stop draining your life force, you feel good. And you don't have to do anything except stop yourself. It's automatic. Once you plug that hole, you feel good about yourself. You're uplifted. Your passion for life and for what you want to do is restored. And all you have to do is stop. The other exciting thing you need to know about stopping yourself is that it's a twofer. So in addition to learning this very practical, functional skill, at the same time, you're learning how to love yourself, and you're learning that you're worthy, and you're learning that you're divinely connected, which makes you sacred. And so you get so much more than just this essential life skill. You get this whole life blossoming and upliftment and adventure into how great you are. And so that's what you get with this life skill called stopping. And in our world, there's a pair of skills that go together. It's called stopping and going. And you need them both for a functional life. To be successful in life, you need them both. And in our culture, in the United States culture, all the emphasis is on going, on accelerating, on propelling, on getting something done, on taking action, on doing something, anything. No attention is on stopping, not doing, not taking action, having forbearance, holding back. Stopping is not taught in schools, in homes, in churches, in businesses, but it's taught here. And so I hope you'll stick around and learn it. So if you think of it in terms of a car, you know, when you get in a car, you have to learn how to step on the gas and make it go, and you have to know how to step on the brake and make it stop. And if you don't know how to make the car stop, you are dangerous. You are dangerous to yourself, and you are dangerous to your others. And it's a very impractical, dysfunctional way to have to crash a car every time you want to stop it. you're likely to hurt yourself and create drama and rack up legal bills and pay high insurance rates. You have to know how to stop the car to have a decent car life. And it's the same thing with your human life. You have to know how to stop yourself, or it's just going to be a really hard, unpleasant experience when it doesn't have to be. When all you have to do is learn nothing. How to stop yourself. Nothing. It's nothing. It's doing nothing. The hardest thing you'll ever learn is doing nothing. That's stopping. So, it's the same way in your human life. If you can't stop yourself, you're going to have a lot of drama. You're going to have a lot of crashes. You're going to be unhappy with yourself. And again, not because you're a bad person, but because you're draining your life force. And other people are going to be unhappy with you too. And again, not because you're a bad person, but because it's difficult living with someone who doesn't know how to stop self. So give yourself and everybody else a break and learn stopping. The good news is it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter that you should have learned stopping when you were a kid or a teenager or a young adult. It doesn't matter how old you are or where you are in the age range. Or how long your habit has been ingrained. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what gender you are. Doesn't matter what your education is or how many initials you have after your name. Doesn't matter how much money is in your bank account or if there's no money in your bank account. It doesn't matter if you've traveled around the world or just traveled around your town. It doesn't matter if you have a support system or no support system. None of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters in this journey is your desire to learn to stop. That's all it takes. Stopping and going, the two skills you need to be successful. Stopping and going. You're not going to learn about stopping anywhere else but here. And I just want to give you a couple of examples of how stopping can make an immediate and potent and powerful difference in your life. Immediate. I have two short examples for you. One's an example with two women and one's an example with two men. The two women are Martha and Jess. They're both single women. It's a cold winter night in New England, and they're both watching TV, and they both feel hungry and bored. And Martha gets up, and she rummages around in her pantry, and she finds a bag of Doritos, and she eats it. And then she gets into eating, and she goes back to the kitchen, and she finds some cookies, and she eats them. And then she still feels like eating something, so she finds some nuts and she eats them. And then she's not done yet, and she goes back one more time and she sees some bananas, and she has 2 or 3 bananas. And finally, after all that, Martha feels full, and she goes back and finishes watching TV, goes to bed, wakes up in the morning, immediately feels bad about herself for pigging out. Spends a lot of time feeling bad, thinking she looks bad, she feels bad, her stomach is, puffed out a little bit from all that food, and she just is really disgusted with herself, and that's how Martha starts her day, in that frame of mind and in that discomfort. Jess, on the other hand, started the same way, sitting at home on a cold night watching TV, gets the urge to eat, goes up, goes to the kitchen, has her planned and prepared snack. It is a high-fat, relatively high-calorie snack that she deliberately picked to satisfy herself, to fill herself, to not deprive herself. She had her snack. She enjoyed it. She went back and watched TV. She went to bed. She woke up. She did not expend any energy feeling bad about herself. There was nothing. She didn't feel bad about herself. She didn't feel bad about her body. She just started her day in a good frame of mind. That is the power of doing nothing, of stopping. One day, that's just one day difference. You compound that by 365 days, and you've got a changed life. Now we'll do the two guys. We've got Larry and Eric. They're two business associates. They're doing a big, important presentation tomorrow for their company. They're not quite ready with it. They have a few things they want to finalize. They go out and meet in a bar after work. Larry has a martini. Eric has a soda. They aren't done after a half hour. Larry orders another martini. Eric orders another soda. They finally polish everything off. Eric leaves to go home. He wants to get a good night's sleep and be up and at it in the morning, so he just eats and goes to bed. Larry sees somebody else he knows on his way out, so he stops. He has another martini, and then, they're having such a good time, he has another one. And then he finally goes home, and it's like 9 or 9:30. And he falls into bed because he had 4 martinis on an empty stomach. And he wakes up like at 2 in the morning because the martinis disrupted his sleep. And he can't get back to sleep. And finally it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and now he's ready to go back to sleep, and he's got a headache, a really bad headache, and he's got an upset stomach because he drank on an empty stomach, and he realizes he cannot do this presentation. He's in no shape to do it, and he calls Eric and he makes his apologies. I'm so sorry. I know you'll do a good job. Do it for both of us. I can't do this. I'm really sick. And Eric is annoyed. Eric is annoyed because he thinks that Larry was irresponsible for drinking instead of going home and being prepared. But he's secretly okay with it because he's prepared. And now he'll get all the attention. And he'll get all the glory. Even though Larry did half of the work, Eric's going to get all the credit and all the attention. And he'll be the next one they think of when it's time for a promotion and time for a raise, and he's okay with that. Again, what happened here? All because Larry didn't know how to stop himself, and Eric did. A huge change in one-day outcome. Compound that by 365 days, and you have a different life. All from the ability to do nothing, to stop yourself. Essential life skill will make your life functional, will make your life practical, will plug the hole where your life force is wasting away, will not distract you with your own bad feelings and your own outcomes that you're not getting what you want. So all that just disappears, and life becomes very easy when it does. What we teach here, what I advocate, is a whole life intention to stop. When you make your intention, you make it with your mind, you make it with your heart, you make it with your spirit, and you make it with your body. When you put a whole life intention into building your stopping skills, it becomes exponentially more expressive, more powerful, more potent, more enduring, more sustainable. Because why? Because you are giving it everything you've got. You're putting your whole self into it. You might get a result with just the skill of the mind. That's possible. It is possible. You might get a result with just the skill of the heart. Possible. Skill of the body. Possible. And, it's possible that you can get a result just doing one skill. But when you combine all 4 skills, mind, spirit, heart, and body, into one potent stopping skill, whoa, you are stopping extraordinaire. So this is what we teach here and in the Power to Stop book. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button, because then I'll show up on your YouTube homepage and you don't have to look for me. I try to do a video at least once a week. I try to do content you're not going to hear elsewhere, just here. And if you like this, smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, as you know, it will help me with the YouTube algos. And come back, come back. I can't wait to be with you again. Bye for now.